The Haunted Castle is a 1921 German film by F.W. Murnau. I really hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm not. This is one of his earliest surviving works, and it's a psychodrama. This film has a lot of flashbacks. It does like flashbacks and dream sequences and all of that stuff. But they have a purpose. This is the interesting thing about this film while I was watching it. Because you can only go so far with flashbacks and dream sequences. And when they're in the same film, you think, oh, great, here it goes again. But they have a purpose. And it was really interesting how he worked it in this film. And, now, before I get ahead of myself, it was shot in the Babelsberg Studios in Berlin, and the film sets were designed by art director Hermann Warm, which I'm sure I've heard that name before, but I can't put my finger on it. Now, when we hear of Haunted Castle, we think of like the cobwebs everywhere and then the bats all over the place, and we think of the physical. This took it in another direction. As I was watching it, I realized what he was doing, and I gotta tell you, I loved it. Because we're always so used to, we think of haunted, like I said, we think of Haunted Castle and we think of spooky ghosts, goblins, and all that stuff. And this took it in a whole other direction, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And that's why with all the flashbacks and dream sequence, that's why he did it. And he's a genius for doing it. And there are a few places that are hard to follow. I found hard to follow anyway. And there were a couple characters that I found useless. Like, they were showing the kitchen scene and there was a servant in there. I felt like he was trying to, Murnau was trying to give a little bit of a comedy relief. I didn't find that needed. Not every movie needs to have a comedy aspect to it. And yeah, that particular servant was just not needed. And so I felt like it was just a distraction that was not needed. But anyway, the plot of the film is these people go to this castle and they meet up, and I mean, it's like pouring down rain and all of this stuff, and you all of a sudden this one woman starts talking about her life and everything, and then you start hearing about all these other people's lives and everything, and it's just a whole bunch of flashbacks of all these people and how they intertwine with each other and everything, and it gets dark really fast. And you get sucked in because you want to know why. Why? And it's a very interesting concept. So yeah, he was, like I said, he was a genius, because like I said, with dream sequences and everything, you can only go so far. Like, oh gosh, we're doing this again. But no, this one was really interesting. So I got to give him credit for that. So yeah, there were a few places where it was like, this really isn't needed. Why did you put that there? But anyway, so again, this is a German film by, again, I feel like I'm butchering his name, but it's F.W. Murnau. The Haunted Castle. It was released in 1921.